Hello my friends, welcome back to another video. So if you noticed from the title of this video, I have some very exciting reads that I am trying to get to. Some very exciting books that I am just really excited to read. And yeah, I really want to get you guys up to speed because I've been reading a lot and not vlogging a lot, which honestly has been really good because I feel like I've been reading a lot. But we need to get you guys up to speed on the books. So I think that there are 4 books that I'm going to be reading in this video. 2 of them I'm about halfway or over halfway through right now, which is exciting. This morning I've just been listening to an audiobook and cleaning, which has been really good. It is Tuesday morning. So yeah, we're all on the same page. So the first book that we are trying to get through is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. If you didn't get a chance to see my reading for 24 hours challenge, I started this book and it has been so good and I think about it all the time. I only have this much left. I've been reading to it, I've been reading it, I've been listening to the audiobook of it. I'm on page 418 and there are 497. So we have less than 100 pages of this book that we need to get through. Thoughts so far, I know I put a lot in my reading for 24 hours challenge. So if you haven't checked out that video, I definitely recommend. It was a good time. A little bit chaotic, but it was a good time. But I love the characters in this. I love the storytelling of it. I love the story of it. I was really scared it was going to be a lot like the Hunger Games, and it does give some Hunger Games vibes, but the longer that you read it, the less it feels like the Hunger Games, which I love a lot. There is a lot of, like, I don't know if it's technically a love triangle, but there's a little bit of something in here. I'm pretty sure there's like hints of love triangle in it. There's enemies to lovers, like some of the tropes. It is a romantasy, so it's a romance fantasy novel. And essentially there's this girl who is ordinary in a world where it is dangerous to be ordinary. So everyone has some type of magical power, and there's like different levels of like how magical you are versus like the mundane magicalness, which is just like little things like being able to like tell through lies, versus the other side is reading people's mind and like controlling fire and water and stuff like that. And then if you don't have a power, there is an evil king who is determined that if you are an ordinary, then you have a disease that tarnishes the powers of the extraordinary people. So there's a guy who his whole job is literally to kill the people that don't have powers, which is really sad. But there is, the history is still a little splotty in my brain. I think I need to do a little bit more research before I like continue on with the books. But for one reason or another, there's a trial that they have, which is like 6 almost games, but like challenges that you have to endure to like win, and then the people choose the people that they want, like the people of the kingdom choose the individuals that they want to take part in the games. Where I'm at in the book, there has been the first 2 trials, and then there is 1 more that is to come. So the king has 2 sons. They play very big roles in this book. They're really good. But yeah, like the bulk of it is like the romance, which has honestly been really good. It definitely started out more on the physical side, and then it's kind of turned into enemies to lovers, and it's continuing to morph into like very much a slow burn, but there's also been like very intense moments that are actually written pretty well. I don't think it's too graphic. So yeah, we have 100 pages left of this, so we need to finish this book, which I'm like so excited to finish it, but also like so sad because I literally have been loving it so much. So I think that this is definitely going to be a 5-star read. And then the next book that we have is Part of Your World, which is the first book in the Part of Your World series, by Abby Jimenez. Her book that came out this year, just for the summer just came out, and it is the 3rd book in this, like, it's not a trilogy, but it's like a connected like world. I forgot what the word is, but essentially it is big city girl, small town guy. It's Alexis and Daniel is in this book. So Alexis is from the city. She has it rough going on there. She's driving through the small town one day and she meets this guy. His name is Daniel. Things pick up. They have a one-night stand. And eventually after a little bit of time, she's like, I really like that guy. I want to see him again. So she goes and continues to see him. And it very much turns into this friends with benefits thing. This is definitely a spicier book. Very graphic. It is kind of closed door in the beginning, but after like the halfway point, then it's a little bit more open door. So beware of that. There are a lot of scenes of like stuff that I've been skimming over because it's not my favorite. But the story itself has been really good. I really love the characters. They're really good. She's really good at making you like the guy. It is dual POV, so that might be part of it. But it's been really good so far. Just like seeing her like battle with her identity of being in the city and then seeing herself, like almost getting to know herself again when she's in the small town with Daniel has been really fun to see. The drama with her parents and her ex and like all of the stuff like has me on the edge of my seat, but it's like a little bit frustrating. It's just like urgh. So there's like just a lot that this girl has to go through, which is kind of sad, but it's honestly really good. So yeah, it's really sweet, like her finding her identity in the guy, but also like having like not in the guy, but like the guy like bringing about her, like helping her see like her worth, but also like realizations just about life, because like she's coming from this really wealthy family and like she doesn't know how to clean, and like she is like learning how to clean and learning how to cook, and instead of like being a jerk about it and being like you're so dumb for not being able to know this, he's like, okay, like let me show you. And it's honestly like so sweet. Like the moments that they have in here, I'm just like like it's really really good. So I'm definitely predicting 5 stars for this book because it's honestly just been so good. Like I am on page, I've been listening to the audiobook of it, which has been really good. I think I just started chapter 24. Oh, so we are about this far. So this book has been so good. I am like very very obsessed with it. It's just yeah, it's just been really really good and I've been very much enjoying it. So definitely predicting 5-star reads. There's just like little details in this book, like he has a dog, there's a baby goat in pajamas, just like things like that. It's like they're just so random, but they like add so much to the story and I love them so much. So yeah, hoping to finish this too. Also, these 2 books go back to library today, so we have to finish them today. But I didn't want to read them without you guys, so I had to throw them in a video. The next book that I think is going to be a 5-star book is The Roughest Draft by Austin Sigmund Broca. Haley Pham read this book, rated it 5 stars. I think it's similar to the plot of Beach Read, just like the authorness of it. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that at all. But I am really excited to read this book. Books about authors, chef's kiss. I love them so much. They're so good. Yes, please. Like, I'm just obsessed. And then the next book, the 4th book that I'm really hoping to get to in this video is Better Than the Movies by, I think it's Lynn Painter wrote that one. That book I have to pick up at the library today when I drop those 2 books off. So I am very excited for that. Again, I don't really know much of it. I had this book. If you saw my first 24-hour challenge, I was trying to get through that book and it was not it. You know, we've grown as a person. We know how to get through more books. That 24-hour challenge, like it was just the beginning of life, but it's okay. You know, we're doing great. So anyways, I'm getting that book back from the library today and I'm really excited to read it because I think it's also going to be a 5-star read. Just because literally everyone that I've seen is like, you just have to accept that it's like cheesy and wonderful. So I'm really really excited for that book. So those are the 4 books that I'm hoping to get through in this video. Right now I think I'm going to continue listening to the audiobook of Part of Your World, and I'm gonna have to do some laundry, and I'm getting hungry. So it is 9:30. It's only 9:30. Yeah, it's 9:30. But I'm gonna sit and read or listen to this audiobook and do some laundry. Chapter 31. Oh my gosh, guys. The third act breakup keeps like being delayed. It's kind of funny. I'm waiting for it. And then there's the Grand Romantic Dash. Wow, words. Anyways, I'm so obsessed with this book. It's so good. Part of me is like wondering if I like it so much because of the audiobook. Because the audiobook is really good. I definitely recommend. But it's so good. 298. That means you have like 50 pages left. More like 70. You have 70 pages left. Oh my gosh. I've read this book so fast. I started it. I got to like page 30 last week and then I paused it until yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. And the last 3 days I've just been zooming through it because it's so good. Oh my gosh. I would look up trigger warnings for this. There is abuse in it, so be warned of that. It is a little intense, so I could definitely feel my heart racing a little bit, but it's so good. I'm enjoying it so much. Okay, I'm gonna continue on. Alrighty. Pause. Over. Mr. Sense shouldn't be interrupting me anymore. So, I don't know if you saw in the last clip, I was a little devastated by the third act breakup, okay? But we're on chapter 33, and I'm ready to finish this book. We only have like 60 pages left, so I'm ready for it. I'm enjoying this so much. I am so excited to read the second one, knowing that there's like another book like in the world. I'm like so excited about. Like, this is really the first series that I'm starting. So, yay, I'm so excited. Okay, let's continue. Oh my gosh, hold on, my brother's calling me. We are getting to the most mic drop moment of this book. So we literally have 15 pages. So let's finish her, because I keep literally getting interrupted by everyone. But let us finish this book. Oh my gosh. That was so good. I loved this book. I think it was a 5-star read. Oh my gosh. My only critique is it could be a little bit less spicy. But other than that, that epilogue was so cute. I'm just gonna sit here and die over this book for the next little bit until we go and finish Powerless. Okay, give me a minute. Alrighty, a couple of things. It is 3:28, so I have probably like 2 hours until Dylan gets home. He's gonna run a couple of errands before he gets here. Final rating on this book, it's either a 4.75 or a 5-star. The spice does make me slightly hesitant about it, but other than that, literally obsessed with this book, and I am so happy that this world is like something that I can stay in. I have already put Yours Truly, which is the second book in the series, on hold at the library, so hopefully we get that soon, and I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for this book at the thrift stores, because so good. Like, I just in like the 2 hours since I finished this book, this is like all that I can think about. So very obsessed for sure. So yeah, I'm really excited for the rest of the series. Definitely basically like 5-star. I think I'm just gonna call it 5-star because it was so good. I almost cried during it. I keep thinking about it, and it's just really, really good. So definitely like 5 stars. Okay. I just love the characters a lot too. So anyways, final review on this. Beware of the spice, beware of the abuse, but really, really amazing story. And after like the 30-page mark, I was completely hooked. Like, this book had everything in me. So anyways, we're done with this guy. Very happy about. And it's time to pick up this guy. So we have less than 100 pages, and I'm really excited to finish this book. A little bit scared, but really excited. So I'm going to I think that we're a little bit further in this than I am, because I was reading it as, I have this book as the physical copy, the audiobook, and the ebook. So I think last I was reading it as the ebook, and it says I have 3 pages left in the chapter. So I think I'm going to read the 3 pages on here and then switch back over to here, because it says we're on page 50, or on chapter 52. Oh, I'm like not. Oh, I literally found where I am on here, in here. So I think we're just gonna read the book, because why not? So I'm so excited. I'm really sad for this book to end. I like that I know that I have 2 more books after this in this world that I can read. So oh my gosh, guys, it is so intense. Oh my gosh, like, I'm dying. Gosh. Oh my gosh. I have so many thoughts, I don't even like know where to start. Holy guacamole. 5 stars hands down. There's not a question about it. Every time I wasn't reading it, I wanted to be reading it. It was consuming my brain. I'm obsessed with the characters. I'm obsessed with the writing. There are a couple like thought trains that I feel like go on a hair too long, but I'm not even gonna critique it because I just loved every moment of that book, and I'm amazed at how fast it went by because I was like, this is almost a 500-page book. Like, that is kind of scary, but that was literally amazing. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I've read it now and like I understand so much. Oh my word. It was like bigger and like more expansive and like better thought out than I ever thought. Like, I am like amazed at that book. I am never ever in my life ever gonna write anything like that, but like, holy guacamole. 5 stars. 5 stars. I want to own it right now. 5 stars. I want that book for Christmas, please. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Everyone should read it. It's so good. Okay, probably not everyone. Not everyone's gonna enjoy it, but it was so freaking good. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. I am like so bewildered, but like, wow. Wow. Okay, there's this bonus chapter that I want to read right now, so I'm gonna do this. And then, yeah. I don't think we're gonna start this book today, maybe tomorrow, but I need to do a lot of editing tomorrow, so I don't know. But oh my gosh. Oh, sad news. My hold on the library for Better Than the Movies expired yesterday, and I didn't realize that until today when I went to look for it and it wasn't there. So that is really annoying because I'm like at the back of the list again. There's like 13 people ahead of me, so we might never read that book. You know, one day we might. We are going to read the Roughest Draft in this video, but other than that, unless something comes up, I don't know if we're going to read it. I don't even know what I have like on hold at the library, but okay, I'm going to read this and then, yeah. I will see you guys next time, or I will see you guys when I start this book or a little bit after I start this book and give you my thoughts on it. I'm going to like, just like bask in this book for a minute. It has been a couple of days, but I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I'm currently 70 pages into the Roughest Draft. It's been taking me a little bit to get into it. I haven't had a lot of time lately. Just life is taking over, as it always does. But I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I am not loving it. It is a second chance romance, and if you have seen, I don't even remember if I put it in a video, but I think I don't like second chance romances. At least if they're like very like fueled by anger. It's just like, I want to read a book and I want to enjoy it, and watching other people fight in a book is not my cup of tea. And it makes me sad because it is such like a wide, like such a wide variety of books have second chance romance in them. And yeah. But just like when there's like a lot of bad blood, I'm just not a fan. And that's kind of what this is. It's just a lot of fighting. Like, enemies to lovers I enjoy, but normally it's because like there's some type of disconnect or false interpretation of each other. But like second chance romance is normally like they knew each other really, really well. Something happened and now they just hate each other. And like, it's so sad. And it's just like anger that's been simmering for years and years. And I just am not a huge fan of that. Like, if I'm gonna run away to a book, I want it to be like a good place. Like, it doesn't have to be all happy, but I don't want to be fighting over like things that I don't know, happened way back in the past. So I don't know, because of that I'm not loving it. I'm gonna keep reading it. There are like some really good writing quotes in it, but like this, even the story itself is not, I feel like there's just like a lot of toxic relationship in this book. Oh, so you know, it's okay. Second chance romance like Bad Blood is the reason that I stopped reading the X-Files, but because of that I'm like, do I really like want to read this book? I don't know. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna hopefully at least get halfway. If it's halfway and there, I think I'm gonna have to make like something for myself where like if it's halfway and they're still like intensely fighting, then that might be grounds for DNF. Just because I don't want to read a whole book about people fighting over something that happened. Like, it makes sense, but like it doesn't. And like I'm not invested in the characters enough to be like, oh yeah, like I witnessed this fight happen. Like the third act breakup, I can get behind that because like I am like attached to them, I grew with them, I see their relationship. Third act breakup, and then it's like, oh, I'm attached to them and like I care that they're mad at each other. Like they started out mad at each other and I didn't even care about the characters at the beginning. I mean, even still, I like the female main character. She kind of gives Emily Wilde vibes slightly, along with, wow, I'm so tired this morning. And then the guy, I also kind of like him, but he's more mysterious and I feel like we haven't learned a ton about him, so yeah. But I like the premise, so I'm like co-writing a book, that sounds so much fun. But anyways, we're just gonna keep reading. But if we get to like page 150 and we're still fighting, I'm gonna say chapter 29. If we get to chapter 29 we're still just fighting a ton, there hasn't really been any development in like the relationship, I don't know if I can keep reading. So I'll keep you posted. But something else really exciting is Better Than the Movies came in at the library and I just need to go pick it up. And Powerful, which is the novella that comes after Powerless, is also waiting for me at the library. So I need to pick those up and then we'll get to read Better Than the Movies in this video, which I'm so excited about. If you guys don't know, I've been trying to read this book for literally forever. So yeah, I'm really excited to read it. And then there's a sequel that just came out for it. So depending on how it goes, I'm gonna have to read the second book because honestly, I wish that more romance books had sequels. I know it's not very common, but like, I don't know, I'm always curious like what happens after Happily Ever After, you know? Hello my friends, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update because I DNF'd a book. And I'm actually really sad that I did end up DNFing it, but I couldn't get behind it. So I was reading The Roughest Draft by Austin Sigmund Broca, and he co-writes it with someone that I did not notice until later on, and I don't remember who it was. But I was reading that book and I think I've decided that I'm not a huge fan of the whole second chance romance when there's a lot of like anger from the past. And this book I was just kind of having trouble following. I don't know if it was the writing style or the story itself or if I missed like a detail in it, because I was going between the audiobook and like physically reading it. So I don't know if like there was some type of disconnect somewhere. But I was really struggling with it, and I told you guys that if it wasn't getting better by the halfway point, then like I didn't think I was gonna be able to continue it. So I got to 51%, I think, and I just could not get behind it. So I did return it to the library, and I will not be picking it back up. I don't know, they were just struggling to get along, and then after a little bit it was really focusing on how they were, because they're both romance authors, or they were writing a romance book. It was just really focusing on how they write the intimate scenes of their characters, and I was like, this is weird. And like it was kind of like a big section of the book, and like it was continuing to be a big section, so I was like, this is kind of weird, this is not necessarily my cup of tea. So I was like, DNF, which I'm really sad because I love reading books about authors. But I don't know, this book was just not it for me. Then I got Better Than the Movies from the library. And oh my gosh, guys, I think I'm 36 pages in and I'm already obsessed. Like, I picked it up yesterday. I don't remember when I started reading it. Oh, you guys were there. When I started reading it. And I was just putting it off because I don't know why, and I was just scrolling on my phone, but I started it and I was like, okay, I can get behind this. So I'm almost done with chapter 2, I think, or I'm in the middle of chapter 3. I don't remember. I think I'm in the middle of chapter 2, but I'm already obsessed. It literally feels like reading a rom-com, which I didn't realize I was in the mood for, but like definitely in the mood for. So they're in high school. It's really innocent. We have our main character who is obsessed. I think her name is Liz. She's obsessed with rom-coms, and she has her neighbor Wes, who is like her enemy basically, and then her childhood crush moves back into town and she strikes up a deal to have Wes help her get together with her childhood crush. And honestly, it's been so good. I am a little bit annoyed. I think I know too much about this book going into it. I've just heard, like, obviously a million people love this book, so tons of people talk about it, and I don't know. I think I know too much of what's gonna happen, but at the same time I'm trying to be like, it's still gonna be so cute regardless. So I don't know if we'll be 5-star. I'm a little nervous it's not gonna get super deep because they are in high school, which is like understandable. I like the way that she also does flashbacks. They're just some like random moments where like she just does flashback, but like it goes in the story really well and like it's described really well, and it like ends in a good amount of time and then you like move on with the story. So I really like the way that she's been doing that. I am a little bit under the weather today, so excuse my voice, but I wanted to update you on my book because I just got to page 200. I think I'm on page 206 now, so chapter 9, I think. And I'm really, really enjoying it, honestly. I'm not going to talk for too long because I want to conserve the little voice that I do have, but I'm honestly really enjoying it. She is, yeah, their plan is in full swing. They are just like trying a couple different things. There have been a lot of rom-com references, which I have loved a lot, but it's also making me realize that there are a lot of rom-coms that I haven't watched, so I need to get on that. But yeah, there's just a lot of, like, one of the things that I was a little bit worried about that would keep me from rating it 5 stars is that it wasn't going to be deep enough, because she has, I mean, they're seniors in high school, so like they are struggling with deeper things, but it's not like, I don't know. But there have definitely been some deeper topics that have come up. She is dealing with grief. She was talking about, or like she tapped into the subject of changing yourself for like the boy that you like, or for other people, and like dressing for yourself and like fashion and like your identity in that. She's preparing to go to college, so they've been talking about that. She's been struggling with like the whole stepmom, like taking her mom's spot or not, which has been really interesting to read about. I obviously can't relate to it, but it's interesting to hear about. And then just friendship, like there's been a lot about friendship, and especially like the struggle with your best friend of like jealousy and obviously you love them so much, but like it's hard when like they're just really good at everything, or they're really talented at things, or they just like things come naturally to them and stuff like that. So that's been really interesting. It's also been really, really good to read about. So I'm loving it. I've definitely like giggled and kicked my feet. There have been maybe like 2 or 3 like really cringy moments where I'm like, eh. But again, they're high schoolers, so it makes sense. I think I've just like fully accepted that like I'm basically reading a rom-com, and going in with that mentality has really helped me enjoy it a lot. Hello my friends, I wanted to come on and tell you guys that I finished Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, and oh my goodness guys, it was literally amazing. Like, I stayed up, I went to bed last night and I was reading to like go to bed, but I had like 70 pages left and I totally just binge read the rest of it, and it was so freaking good. It was so freaking good. Like, it gave me so much adrenaline, like I could not fall asleep. So that is a little funny, but I just want to come on and give my thoughts. It was honestly literally like reading a rom-com. Like, that's exactly how it felt. Going in knowing that they were seniors in high school, I just like was like, I'm gonna embrace the whole like rom-com cheesiness of it, and it was so good. There wasn't really any spice. There was some cursing, but like they're seniors in high school, so it's a little bit expected. I think I'm gonna rate it 5 stars because it's been like a whole day now since I've read it, and I like kind of have been thinking about it all day, and like when I do like allow myself to really think about it, it gets me all like giggly and like happy and like just really, really fun. So there's like boy next door trope, enemies to lovers trope, a little bit of a love triangle. There is some like lying in it that like goes along with the storyline, which is kind of like but there's like grief and college and just like some actually like good topics that they cover in this book, and I 100% like enjoyed every second of it. So I think I'm gonna rate it 5 stars. Honestly, I'm gonna rate it 5 stars. So just a little bit of a recap of all the books we read in this video. We read Powerless, Part of Your World, The Roughest Draft, and Better Than the Movies. And we rated Powerless 5 stars. I still stand by that. It was so, so good. I'm so excited to read the novella and like the rest of the series. I read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. That was 10 out of 10, or 5 stars. I still think about it all the time. It makes me really happy. I have the next book on hold and I'm super excited to read that. And then we read The Roughest Draft and I DNF'd it because it was just not what I was looking for. And that's okay. And then we read Better Than the Movies, and this was also 5 stars. And it was honestly just like a really good read, and I really, really enjoyed it. So if you have not read any of these books, I definitely recommend 3 of them. Thank you for coming along while I read some of my new favorite books that I didn't even know were gonna be my favorites. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you have any recommendations of what kind of videos you'd like to see from me, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to go check out my Instagram. I go through waves of being super active on there and not as active, but it's at Videos by Cabroni on Instagram. If you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe. I am a writing channel, but I also do reading videos, and I would love for you to follow along on this journey and join our little community. And yeah, I will either see you on Sunday or next Thursday. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.